Hello everyone, this is Stephanie at Hightower Stitching, and what I'm doing is a follow-up to the video from yesterday, the 190. So why don't we call this 190B? It was a long video. I couldn't redo the whole thing, so I'm going to add on to the end because I've realized how confusing I had made it a little bit on the end. So let's go ahead and start. I've got some main points and they'll be in the description, things that'll help you with this ending. Remind you that a total block looked like this, and the main block was the little piece in the center right through there. So disregard that for right now, because right now we're thinking about those blocks in the center, and then we're going to look at the black parts, and we know that we have to add to the left side and the right side only the black strip. Don't worry about the little that's what I was confusing about everything about yesterday. But the posts are going to be on the corner, but you're not going to do those yet. You're just going to worry about get these black panels on the side. That's one thing. All right. Now you're going to see on this strip, I've got two strips that are ready. And it's really fun. And I'm thinking about we want to do a baby blanket for somebody once we know what boy or girl. And so when you can see on this, I had my blocks and then I had my black strip. All right, then I had a black strip and I had my block and a black strip and my block, as many as you need to go all the way across there. And you begin with a black and then end with a black strip. Then once you get that, you're going to take and turn it over. And this is one of the only times, and I think it's really nice, and you take and you iron the seam that you just did, that black seam on these. I ironed them to the right. All right, and you're going to see why in a minute. And I pressed every one of those across there to the right. All right, and then I turned it over. And in the meantime, I had taken my posts, which were my gold, and my black strips, and I had sewn those together as a separate unit. And so I started with a gold, and then I went all the way across. So I had one for every block that I had, and then had a post and had a post on the end. Then I pressed this one, that last one we were talking about, I pressed each of those seams to the left. To the left. Okay? Once I got that done, I was ready to pin these together. So I had my small strip on the top and the other on the bottom. Now here's the fun part. When you have one pressed one way and one pressed the other way, and you set them next to each other, they lock together. They lock. It's really nice. Then you take a pin and you fix it so that they'll stay right where you have them. All right, so that one was easy. That was the one on the end. All right, the next ones are easy. And here I have my next one, and I have the two pieces, one going to the right and the bottom going to the left. I pin it. Now, sometimes when you get to the next part of that block, it's going to look funny. It's going to look like you have too much material sometimes or not enough. Go ahead and pin it where it should be. In other words, take this. Don't worry about anything in there right now. And lay your piece going to the right with your piece going to the left on the back and pin it. And what you'll find in a lot of cases is that once you start to sew, the material has a little bit of stretch in it in places, and it will fit in there. All right, and you're going to go all the way across and do that. Now, let's say that you find that you had really too much material in this box right here, and because you didn't make your seam wide enough, just stop right then and then make another little seam, not very big, just a little bit, That doesn't happen very often when you do these. I think that's why people don't mind doing them. But you go all the way across, and then you're going to take and press it. And here's my second row, or this could have been my first row that I was going to add on. And you can see for my top, I have my gold and my black added. Now, very first one, you can see I'm off. I'm not worried about it. I could take and undo this sewing and then move it over. But by the time the quilt gets done, that's not going to be that big a thing. But that would have been nice. But then as you look at the others as it goes across, you can see that these are pretty close to right on that black line going down. So you've got a nice flow right there. And you get that one on, and you get it pressed, and then you can go ahead and you can add your next one to the next part. So this would be what I was thinking of is row 1, and then I'm going to do the same thing. I've got those strips, and I'm going to pin them and put those on there. Then remember to iron. You've already ironed your boxes in one direction. Well, then iron this strip in the opposite direction like I did on the left. And then you just keep adding to it. And that's all I really wanted to do. I just wanted to go back and clarify, because when I got near the end of the other one, that I was getting off track there. But this is a fun quilt, and I'm looking forward to going back there and trying to find some material that will make a different kind of a look, because you remember the other one in the book was red, white, and blue. This is Stephanie at Hightower Stitching. Thank you for tuning in again, and I hope this ending part helps you. Those notes, I will add those to the description. Thank you.